What's going on, everyone? It's Marsellis back with another video, and we have to talk about Dogecoin because a lot of people are still spreading FUD about Dogecoin, and that is fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And that is because Dogecoin just now took a little bit of a dip, just like we always do whenever we have these major pumps. You have to realize what Dogecoin is doing every time this happens. So when we go up here and we always have these pumps, we always end up, topping out twice. So we always end up having two peaks inside of our jumps, and then when we finally do, we come back down to the trend line every single time we come back down to this trend line. So when we come back down to the trend line, what we do every single time is we end up bouncing back off of the trend line. So then we end up going up again, but then the second time it's never as big as the third. All right, or that's the first, but yeah, it's usually around here. It'll stop around here. So then Dogecoin will probably do something where it like comes all the way up to here and then goes down again for another time back down to the trend line, and then we may come up here to another time just like this around here to have some consolidation that looks similar to this. And this usually happens every single time, and we usually end up with some consolidation that just ends up becoming a constant battle to try to pass 40 cents. And then it usually ends up with Dogecoin passing 40 cents again, and then having a new point of resistance at 50 cents, and then a new support line at 40 cents and 44 cents. So this is what we're going to see with Dogecoin, because it usually does end up going like this because, it's Dogecoin. It happens every single time with Dogecoin. I've been following it forever, and this is most likely what's going to happen. But remember, I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. And cryptos are highly volatile, so anything can happen. Elon Musk can make a tweet right now, and then all this will go out the window. If he makes multiple Dogecoin tweets, it can just send us up to 44 cents now, and then it'll have a new consolidation period, because that's just how Dogecoin is. Anything can happen literally at any time. It just depends, what kind of catalyst it is. If it's Elon Musk saying something, it's definitely gonna go crazy. Coinbase is gonna do some numbers. Amazon going really crazy. So that's pretty much, to put those into perspective, what would help us just jump with Dogecoin. So it had to be something really big. But if nothing huge happens with Dogecoin right now in the next few days, we're going to follow this consolidation, and it'll probably be consolidating until about June 10th if we actually follow this to a T. So that is what we're seeing here for the technicals of Dogecoin. But yeah, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but this is just what we're seeing. And we also followed Dogecoin previously way back here, and it did exactly what we wanted it to do. We set this trend early on. As soon as I seen this right here, I knew that this was a trend worth following. So then I just ended up following it, and it actually was the trend. And I really knew it was the trend when I seen it bottom out here. I was like, okay, there's no way this is not a trend. It bottomed out, and then boom, we're just following it and following it. That's why I'm still holding Dogecoin, because I watch the charts all the time. I actually had I have 7,000 Dogecoin right now. So before all this dropped, my money was big like everyone else's, and then it went all the way down. And I actually took out a lot of profits in Dogecoin, because if you watch my previous videos, you'll hear me say how much Dogecoin I have periodically, and it kind of lowered, with time, because I took out profits a lot. So I started with about 28,000 Dogecoins, and then I just kept making so much profits. So I'm like, wow. I just kept taking out profits until now I'm only left with 7,000 Dogecoin. So I already profited a lot off of Dogecoin, so that's why I'm still holding, and because I'm watching it on the way up, and I know it's doing something similar. So it's going to keep inching its way up to 70 cents. It's just going to take a little while. So we're going to consolidate here until about June 10th, maybe, if we don't have Elon Musk or a huge catalyst. And then it's going to end up jumping up to 50 cents by then, and then it's going to do the same thing. It's going to dip, and then it's going to consolidate, and that's just what it does every time. You can see it like over here, went up, dipped, consolidated, boom. Same thing way back here. You see that it goes up, it dips, consolidates, and then boom, we go up for another run up, dips again, kind of consolidates itself, boom, goes up for another run up, same thing. It's just a sideways trade, and then boom, for another run up. And then it kind of does this every single time with Dogecoin. So this is what we have for the technicals. But let's look over here. $47 billion in market cap. That's a lot of money in market cap. We had 51 billion yesterday, but there's still a lot. So 7.1 billion in 24-hour trading volume. It's still a lot. either way you look at it, Dogecoin is doing really good right now, like splendid. That's how I see it. So this was kind of funny what Elon Musk tweeted yesterday. I feel like it's talking about Bitcoin because look at this. This is a pretty funny meme, and then you can see it just drop and completely dip right there. And then when you scroll up, you can see he tweets Bitcoin with a broken heart. So that means he's done with Bitcoin, and this is what he feels like with Bitcoin right now. So yeah. So and then when you also go up here, he's talking about Canada, USA, Mexico. I still haven't put that together. I don't know what he's talking about there, but we know that he's breaking up with Bitcoin here, and that we know it's going to be all Doge from here on out, especially with this new profile picture that he put out there. This was with the whole Saturday Night Live thing, so this is a whole Dogecoin meme in itself. So you know he's really about to start picking up with Dogecoin. Remember, like I said, June and July is going to be really big for Dogecoin. This is going to be really big for Dogecoin. And remember, Elon Musk's birthday is on June 28th. Something big with Dogecoin is going to happen around June 28th. So that is another thing to think about. So let's look over here. This is actually really big news. Vitalik Buterin says he loves Dogecoin and suggests Dogecoin Ethereum collaboration for scalability. So he's suggesting that Dogecoin and Ethereum collabs on something, and he actually did a whole interview. So this is actually really big. Let's see what he said over here. Okay, so Ethereum co-creator Vitalik Buterin said he loves Dogecoin and has suggested collaboration between the cryptocurrencies. What happened? Speaking on the Lex Fridman podcast, Buterin said he definitely does not fear the Doge and in fact loves the cryptocurrency and holds some coins. So he is a billionaire, remember this, and he loves Doge and he has money inside of Doge. So he is a whale inside of Doge. What account is his? We do not know what account is his, but there's a lot of accounts here that have not made any sell orders. Like this account here has never sold. We believe this to be Elon Musk. And then we have this account right here. This account right here, the Doge Party, never sold. Just gets Doge 24/7. And probably one of the developers with Doge. I mean, honestly, that's the only thing I could really think of, a developer with Doge. But either way, it's still good because any whale is a good whale as long as they don't sell. That's how I see it. But yeah, as long as they do not sell, they are good whales. And let's go over here and see this. Buterin feels that the challenge basically for scalability of Dogecoin is that just increasing the parameters without doing anything else makes it more difficult for people to validate the chain. He noted that the blockchain would likely become centralized and vulnerable to all kinds of capture. This is true because the government probably doesn't want the blockchain to continue to be decentralized. So they'll probably end up centralizing it and making one person, own it, probably having someone in the federal government actually owning it, probably the Federal Reserve, and they'll probably do something like that, which will then lower the security for every single crypto and lower the likability of every single crypto as well. So that would be terrible, and honestly, I probably wouldn't be as deep in on a crypto if that happens. Hope it doesn't happen, but let's keep reading here. If Doge wants to somehow bridge to Ethereum and then people can trade Doge thousands of times a second inside of looping, that would be amazing. If they want to just take the style technology and just have thousands of transactions a second on their own chain, that would be a great outcome as well. Buterin also said that having a secure Doge to Ethereum bridge would be amazing once Ethereum gets its scalability. Any scalability thing that works for Ethereum as such, that you would be able to also trade Doge with extremely low transaction fees and very high speed as well, the Ethereum co-founder said. So they're actually thinking about scaling Dogecoin with Ethereum. This is actually really big. If they actually tie Dogecoin to Ethereum and actually do some work with this behind the scenes, this is going to be huge for Dogecoin. This is about to be really huge. So he noted that such technology to enable such a cross-chain interaction is still in its infancy. The cryptocurrency entrepreneur noted that if there is potential some way for Dogecoin to merge mined with an Ethereum proof of stake in some kinds, that could be an interesting alternative. So yeah, merge mining it with Ethereum proof of stake. This is huge. A lot of big things going on here with Dogecoin and Ethereum. So Vitalik Buterin is now big on Dogecoin. That's huge right now. That's another major catalyst that we have to think about. And something else that we have to think about is all the FUD, the fear, uncertainty, the doubt, the people that are just spreading, some people spreading hate about Dogecoin, and some people just scared because they don't know if it's going to completely fall. So if you are scared, that means you are overextended. You have too much money in it. That means you need to take some out. You need to put whatever you're comfortable losing inside of there. So then none of this matters. So that is why you have to have a high risk tolerance for money that you don't care about losing. So if it's just $100, make sure you just put $100 out there. Like, let's say you have only total $1,000, you shouldn't put the whole 1,000. You should only put 100, and then you wouldn't be worried about losing it. So that is the best way to invest inside of Dogecoin or any kind of cryptocurrency or anything. So look over here, it says Dogecoin falls over 17% after Coinbase listing and 1.2 million giveaway of the coin. They're just talking about over here how Coinbase is having a little competition. Dogecoin, they're giving away 1.2 million Dogecoin, or $1.2 million in Dogecoin to celebrate and opt in, and then buy or sell 100 Doge in Coinbase to opt in for it. So I definitely should opt in for it, but Coinbase will not let me deposit any money in Coinbase. So I'd probably have to actually buy Dogecoin, maybe buy Litecoin, send it to Coinbase, and then buy Dogecoin with Litecoin in Coinbase. I don't know how that would work, but they won't let me deposit my money directly in Coinbase. But yeah, that's just my personal problem with Coinbase right now. But the whole Coinbase listing is actually doing really good for Dogecoin. We're all the way up at $47 billion market cap. So I guess we're still doing good there. So yeah, the whales right now are the only thing that really sent us down 17%. As you can see, whales were selling at the time that this was going down. This whale right here sold a lot of Dogecoin. So let's wait for this to load. Here it is, 500 million Dogecoin, 300 million, 100 million. They're just selling Dogecoin back to back. So many other whales were doing the same thing with Dogecoin. But then we also had a lot of whales that were buying and holding. But what we see is a lot of selling. So that is probably why we dipped 17%. And remember, we went up so huge that we were bound to dip eventually. And remember the trend line, we always go up, but we always dip back down to the trend line, and then we can end up consolidating. And that is what we're probably going to end up doing here with Dogecoin. So even any of these whales selling is not really going to do anything because the people are still buying into Dogecoin. And you can tell people are still buying into Dogecoin if you go over to Google Trends and type in Dogecoin and look for the past hour. You can see that Dogecoin was trending huge for the past hour, most in Alaska, California, Hawaii. And remember, there's not a lot of people in Alaska. So for Alaska to be in the number one country, there's still a lot of people that are looking up Dogecoin. So look at this, top return Dogecoin. That's one of the top things. That's why we had to talk about that, because that is a major catalyst with Dogecoin. That's going to send Dogecoin to the moon once they start developing Dogecoin with that. So Dogecoin mining. So no one has any questions here with Dogecoin, how to opt in Dogecoin in Coinbase. They actually explain on the Coinbase actual Twitter. If you go to the Twitter, they actually explain how to opt in. They tweeted about 17 hours ago. So they say, in order to opt in, all you do is buy 100 Dogecoin or sell 100 Dogecoin on Coinbase by the 10th of June. So that's all you have to do to opt in. Buy or sell 100 Dogecoin by the 10th of June. Then you can opt in. So that's all you have to do. Yeah, a lot of things going on here with Dogecoin. But yeah, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not a financial advice. But just remember what I said about the consolidation. Just take that in mind when you're trading Dogecoin. Just know at the end of the consolidation, either we go up big because we have a lot of buying, or we go down because we have a lot of selling. But most likely we would go up with a lot of buying because Dogecoin is on a uptrend. So that is what we're seeing with this. So remember, not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe. And check out the link in the description for free stock with Robinhood and Webull. Remember, for a limited time, Robinhood is giving you 3 free stocks instead of 1 when you sign up. And I'll be back with another video.